A U.S. substance abuse website guide at Curlie. Curlie.org/health/addiction/substance_abuse. Chapter 1. Substance abuse websites 1. Substance abuse websites. CasaColumbia.org, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University. Think tank that focuses on the study of all forms of substance abuse, and how it affects society. cdc.gov/nchs/fastats/drug-use-illegal.htm, illegal drug use statistics. Information on the use and abuse of illegal drugs in the United States. Provided by the National Center for Health Statistics. InspireMalibu.com, Inspire Malibu. A treatment center that focuses on non-12-step program. medicalnewstoday.com/categories/alcohol, alcohol/addiction/illegal drugs news. Find headlines and articles that are updated regularly. RSS feed available. medlineplus.gov/drugabuse.html, Medline Plus, drug abuse. Resource that provides links to a wide range of substance abuse resources. Provided by the U.S. National Library of Medicine. puberty101.com/mental-health/alcohol-and-drug-abuse, virtual kid teen, alcohol and drug abuse. Simple explanation of alcohol abuse written for teens. Similar pages about other drugs. who.in/substance_abuse/terminology/who_lexicon/n, lexicon of alcohol and drug terms. Defines many alcohol and substance abuse words and phrases from absolute alcohol to zoopsia. Published by World Health Organization. Alcohol abuse websites at curlie.org/health/addiction/substance_abuse/alcohol. Subcategories. Drunk driving. Resources. Spiritual connections. Hangovers. NIAA.nih.gov, NIAA, National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. Supports and conducts biomedical and behavioral research on the causes, consequences, treatment, and prevention of alcoholism and alcohol-related problems. alcoholreports.blogspot.com, Alcohol Reports. Research findings and information on alcoholism and alcohol-related problems. Open access to peer-reviewed articles free for all to view. ASTS-NM.com, Alcohol Servers Training and Services. Provides information regarding alcohol server education mandated by the New Mexico Department of Alcohol and Gaming. COS.brown.edu, Brown Center for Alcohol and Addiction Studies. Provides postdoctoral research training for behavioral, medical, and social scientists and healthcare professionals who wish to pursue a career in alcohol abuse and alcoholism research. cdc.gov/nchs/fastats/alcohol.htm, alcohol use statistics. Information on the use and abuse of alcohol in the United States. Provided by the National Center for Health Statistics. cpp.edu/tilde/jv-grizzle/alcohol-csu_ed_conf.html, CSU Alcohol Education Conference Presentations. A compendium of information for those interested in learning more about college alcohol abuse prevention. emedicinehealth.com/alcoholism/article_m.htm, emedicinehealth, alcoholism. Consumer Health Resource Center providing an overview of alcoholism and its causes, symptoms, and treatment. medicinenet.com/alcohol_abuse_and_alcoholism/article.htm, MedicineNet articles on alcohol abuse and alcoholism. 24 questions and answers on alcoholism and problem drinking. medlineplus.gov/alcoholism and alcoholabuse.html, Medline Plus, alcoholism. Offers information about alcoholism. From the U.S. National Library of Medicine. NCAD.org, National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, NCAD. The NCAD is a volunteer health organization providing education, information, help, and hope. Includes alcoholism facts, and youth information. omim.org/entry/118493, cholinergic receptor, muscarinic, 2, CHRM2. Information on a receptor believed to be related to alcoholism and depression. Responsibility.org, Foundation for Advancing Alcohol Responsibility. Find beliefs, get the facts, start a conversation and stop impaired driving. Includes blog, media center, advisory board members and contact form. Drug abuse websites at curlie.org/health/addictions/substance_abuse/drugs. Subcategories: amphetamines, cannabis, cocaine and crack, hallucinogens, inhalants, marijuana anonymous, MDMA, ecstasy, methadone maintenance, narcotics anonymous, opiates, phencyclidines. CEDRO-UVA.org, Cedro Center for Drug Research. Combines epidemiological and longitudinal research on illicit drugs, addiction theory, and drug policy developments in Europe. Articles in English, Dutch, French, German, Italian and Russian. Drugabuse.gov, National Institute on Drug Abuse. The mission of NIDA is to lead the nation in bringing the power of science to bear on drug abuse and addiction. DrugFreeNewJersey.org, Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey. New Jersey State Alliance of the Partnership for a Drug-Free America. Education and information about the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. drugs-info.co.uk, Drugs Information. Information on heroin, cannabis, cocaine, crack, LSD, magic mushrooms, poppers, speed, yaba, and opiates. This site also shows how these harmful drugs are taken and what symptoms to look out for. Streetdrugs.org, streetdrugs.org. A database of drug information for parents, teachers, students, DARE officers, or anyone interested in learning about illegal drugs. Tobacco abuse websites at curlie.org/health/addictions/substance_abuse/tobacco. Subcategories: activism, gay, lesbian, and bisexual, quitting, teen smoking, women. archive.official.document/doh/tobacco/report.htm, report of the UK Scientific Committee on Tobacco and Health. Report covers the scientific evidence on active smoking, passive smoking, nicotine addiction, price and marketing of cigarettes and other tobacco products, cessation, key conclusions. Cancer.org/research/cancer facts statistics/index, cancer facts and figures. Concise summary from the American Cancer Society of Tobacco Use, Cigarettes, Trends in Smoking, Profiling Smokers, Costs of Tobacco, Nicotine Addiction, Second-Hand Smoke, Spit Tobacco, and Industrial Hazards. cdc.gov/tobacco, CDC's Tips, Tobacco Information and Prevention Source, maintained by the CDC's Office on Smoking and Health. Covers tobacco-related issues, statistics, news, research, data, reports, quitting tips, educational materials, publications. Also sections dedicated to youth. Drugabuse.gov/research reports/nicotine/nicotine.html, research report, nicotine addiction. Information from the National Institute on Drug Abuse about nicotine addiction, the extent and impact of tobacco use, how nicotine delivers its effect, consequences of continued use, treatments, and gender differences. emedicine.medscape.com/article/2875555-overview, emedicine, nicotine addiction. Medical facts on the physiology of nicotine addiction, and the effect tobacco products have on the brain, lungs, and other vital organs, and a treatment options section. goodhealth.freeservers.com, Good Health Healthy Lifestyle. This site is dedicated to convincing people to live a healthy lifestyle, to improve their quality of life, and avoid or reduce the severity of Chronic disease. health.mo.gov/living/wellness/tobacco/smoking and tobacco, smoking and tobacco fact sheets. From the Missouri Health Department, a large set of fact sheets on cigarettes, tobacco advertising, health effects, and secondhand smoke. legacy.library.ucsf.edu/tid/gvo3100, Oncolink, The Control and Manipulation of Nicotine and Cigarettes. 1994 news article. Kessler report on how the tobacco industry controls and manipulates nicotine in its product. ndsn.org/August97/ammonia.html, ammonia added to cigarettes can significantly boost availability of nicotine. Independent research confirms that ammonia added to cigarettes can boost the availability of nicotine up to 100 times. newscientist.com/article/DN3990, crack nicotine in cigarettes varies widely. New research measures amount of free base nicotine in the modern cigarette, a highly engineered nicotine delivery device. nida.nih.gov/infofacts/tobacco.html, infofacts, cigarettes, and other nicotine products. NIH short summary of nicotine effects. Pulitzer.org/archives/5891, impact booster, tobacco firm shows how ammonia spurs delivery of nicotine. 1996 Pulitzer Prize-winning reporting on how the tobacco industry uses ammonia to engineer cigarettes for addiction. Quit.org.au, Quit Victoria. Tobacco smoking is the single most important cause of ill health and premature death in Australia. Not just quitting, information, health questions answered, effects of cigarettes, quit evaluation studies, information in languages other than English, smoke-free workplaces and dining. tcsg.org/tobacco.htm, tcsg, tobacco and the elderly. Papers and fact sheets on tobacco and minorities, state tobacco settlement funds, tobacco and older persons. TheTruth.com, Truth. Education campaign covers cigarettes, smoking, and other tobacco products. Tobacco.org, Tobacco BBS. Cigarettes, tobacco, and smoking-related news and issues, addresses, tobacco history, information on quitting, and a quote of the day section. tobaccocontrol.bmj.com/7/3/281. Reducing the addictiveness of cigarettes. Can cigarettes be made less addictive? Scientific paper examines the question. tobaccocontrol.bmj.com, Tobacco Control Online. A quarterly scientific journal covering all aspects of tobacco use prevention and control. tobaccofree.org, Tobacco Free. Offers smoking cessation tips, research results, and tips for staying smoke-free. who.in/tobacco/n, WHO Tobacco Free Initiative. TFI. A WHO Cabinet project created to focus international attention, resources, and action on global tobacco use and problems caused by that use. Whyquit.com, Why Quit? Cold Turkey Quitting. A support group and education forum dedicated exclusively to the science and art of successful abrupt nicotine cessation. Chapter 2. Substance abuse websites 2. Al-Anon websites. Subcategories: Canada, Japan, Singapore, South Africa, United States. History. Recordings. al-anon.org, Al-Anon A18, official site for the support group for friends and family of alcoholics. Includes information, meeting schedules, events. alanon-netherlands.org, English-speaking Al-Anon and A18 in the Netherlands. Support group for friends and family of alcoholics. Includes information, meeting schedules, and events. angelfire.com/pq/minutius/alanantinacoa.htm, Al-Anon, A18, and ACOA. Some general information about the three fellowships. dallasal.org/guidelines/guidelines_AA cooperation.php, cooperation between Al-Anon and AA. Guideline of Al-Anon on cooperation without affiliation with Alcoholics Anonymous. ola-is.org, online Al-Anon information service. Information about family groups, links to meetings, and websites. Alcoholics Anonymous websites. Subcategories. Alcoholics Anonymous. Africa, Asia, Caribbean, Europe, Middle East, North America, Oceania. ISAPAT. aa.org/Big Book Online, Big Book Online 4th edition. Complete text of Alcoholics Anonymous, also known as the Big Book, is available in English, French, and Spanish. This is the only site authorized to have it. aa.org, Alcoholics Anonymous, official site of the Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Inc. aa.org/assets/n_us/smf-131_n.pdf, Big Book sponsorship. Formerly primary purpose. aagrapevine.org, AA Grapevine, official international journal of Alcoholics Anonymous, offering books, CDs, calendars and gift certificates. Includes additional information about the 12 steps, and a bulletin board. alcoholics-annonymous.org, 12 Steps, and Alcohol Anonymous. A personal experience of working the steps, in particular a discussion of Step 3 and any that follows it. anonpress.org/e-aa-eaa. An electronic reference to Alcoholics Anonymous for Windows 98. anonpress.org/translate, translations of Where is Alcoholics Anonymous? A project to help the traveler find the AA fellowship wherever they might go. Translated into various languages. asl_interpreting.tripod.com/situational_studies/kjk1.htm, interpreting AA and other 12-step meetings. bahai-library.alcoholics_anonymous.html, Baha'i view of Alcoholics Anonymous. Letters from the Universal House of Justice say that the practice of confession in the 5th step of Alcoholics Anonymous is acceptable to followers of the Baha'i faith. barefootsworld.net/aa-greshamslaw.html, Gresham's Law in Alcoholics Anonymous. Contrasts what it calls strong, medium, and weak versions of the AA program. First of 4 parts with links to the rest. BigBookDictionary.com, The Little Big Book Dictionary. An aid to reading the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Words above an elementary reading level are defined according to their use in the main part of the book. charitylibrary.org/mir/stories, 1st edition stories. Complete text of the personal stories from the 1939 first edition of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/alcoholics_anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Wikipedia. Article about the AA. Includes its 12-step program, method of complete abstinence, and history. GlenKAudiotapes.com, Glen K Audio Tapes. Thousands of Alcoholics Anonymous, Al-Anon, and 12-step recovery convention tapes. Also CDs. Tape of the month subscriptions available. Heinzfoot.org/detar0.html, The Detroit Pamphlet, an interpretation of the 12 steps. This guide to running a series of 4 beginners meetings was first assembled in Detroit in 1943. Also called the Washington, D.C. pamphlet or the table mate. The original pamphlet is still available from Alcoholics Anonymous of Greater Detroit. home.capicod.net/tilde-roger/recovery/wkgaa.html, Working the 12 Steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. A guide to working the steps by someone who has had long-term success through the AA program. IDAA.org, International Doctors in Alcoholics Anonymous. IDAA is a group of approximately 4,500 recovering healthcare professionals of doctorate level who help one another achieve and maintain sobriety. Provides information and resources for prospective and current members along with their family and friends. NAIGSO-AA.org, Native American Indian GSO. NAGSO helps adapt Alcoholics Anonymous to the spiritual traditions of the many Indian tribes. Events. Information on creating groups. ppgaadallas.org, Expect a Miracle. Several articles about Alcoholics Anonymous collected by the Primary Purpose Group in Dallas. Also speaker tapes in real audio. psychology-today.com/think-well/2010/does-alcoholics-work-because-its-form-cognitive-behavioral therapy, is Alcoholics Anonymous a form of cognitive behavioral therapy? Article relates. CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy, developed in 1959, to the program and practices of Alcoholics Anonymous. pubs.nia.nih.gov/publications/arg22-4/281.pdf, Special Populations in Alcoholics Anonymous. Research paper compares AA attendance and program effectiveness for white, Hispanic, and African American participants following psychological treatment. recoveryemporium.com/articles/sbon12.htm, The 12 Qualities of Sponsorship. One anonymous writer's view of the spiritual relationship between a sponsor and the person being sponsored. Seen in terms of friendship and growth. rewritables.net/cybrietti/what_the_church_has_from_alcoholics_anonymous.htm, What the Church has to learn from Alcoholics Anonymous. Article by Reverend Samuel Shoemaker, an early friend of Alcoholics Anonymous. Describes AA as a life-changing fellowship. The Church could be reawakened by insights and practices found in AA. He had spoken at the 1955 convention in St. Louis. StepStudy.org, StepStudy.org, 12-Step Theory and History. Helps recovering people decide how they will interpret their recovery program. Provides articles and texts on the development of the 12 steps and analysis of various approaches to step work. stepstudy.org/2008/05/2-1/big-book-we-agnostics-and-William-James, Big Book Theology, We Agnostics and William James. The Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous says faith can be personal and based on individual experience. This article shows this is consistent with Varieties of Religious Experience by William James. thefreelibrary.com/recovering+grace.a0110266643, The Traditional Catholic and 12-Step Programs. Catholics can benefit from 12-step programs like Alcoholics Anonymous. Advice on how to deal with AA practices that are contrary to their faith. thejaywalker.com, the Jaywalker site. Dedicated to the 12 steps as outlined in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. westbalto.-1associates.com/magazine/jacksjournal2.htm, Judaism and AA. Being a Jew need not keep anyone from participating in Alcoholics Anonymous. An interpretation of the 12 steps in terms of Jewish teachings. Substance abuse book websites. alcoholismandthefamily.com, Alcoholism and the Family. For Parents in Recovery. Excerpts, downloads, and ordering information for 2 books about helping children to manage the impact of parental alcoholism and other substance abuse and addiction. AnnMFletcher.com, Ann M. Fletcher. A nationally known health and medical writer. Author of the best-selling books Sober for Good and Thin for Life. HeinzFoot.org, Heinz Foot Foundation. Offering publications concerning the history of alcoholism treatment, with articles and archival material to download. SouthBayBooks.com, South Bay Books. An online bookstore along the path to recovery, featuring titles which focus on sobriety, recovery, spirituality, and wisdom. Including books about 12-step programs. AgingAndAddiction.net, Aging and Addiction. How to help seniors overcome alcoholism and medication dependence. Addiction and Recovery Resource. LoveFirst.net, Love First, Alcohol and Drug Intervention. Published by Hazelden, by Jeff J. and Deborah J. Information for people living with or related to someone with an alcohol or other drug problem. netpsychologist.com/bulletproof.htm, bulletproof recovery. Book by an addiction psychologist discusses his program to stay sober. powerfullyrecovered.com, powerfully recovered. Links, book reviews, free newsletter and other information for 12-steppers who want to become and stay powerfully recovered. Offers a download of the first 25 pages. roninpub.com/lbhero.html, The Little Book of Heroin. Book by Francis Morillas describes heroin history, use, and abuse. Information for harm reduction. roy.com/concord.html, The Big Book Concordance. Index to every word in the Big Book. Great reference resource. Marijuana Anonymous websites. angelfire.com/ma4/Hawaii, Marijuana Anonymous of Hawaii. Fellowship serves the Hawaiian Islands from Hilo. Includes meeting schedule, events, and program information. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/marijuana_anonymous, Wikipedia, Marijuana Anonymous. Offers history of the program, 12 questions that may help determine whether marijuana is a problem, references, and links. ma-sandiego.org, San Diego County Marijuana Anonymous. Marijuana addiction support groups serve San Diego County. Details meetings in the city of San Diego, University Heights, Point Loma, and Encinitas, California. ma-online.org, Ma Online, District 13. Marijuana Anonymous program offers online meetings, information, and recovery support to men, women and young people who want to stop using marijuana. Includes a new Leaf newsletter. ma-sf.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 1. Fellowship serves San Francisco, California. Includes meeting schedule, events, and educational links. ma-newyork.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 8. Fellowship serves New York City, Rockland, and Westchester counties, and New Jersey. Includes meeting schedule, events, and program information. ma-albany.info, Marijuana Anonymous of Albany, New York. Information on starting a new meeting in the Capital District of New York. madistrict10.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 10. Fellowship serves Riverside and the eastern areas of Los Angeles counties, California. Includes meeting schedule, literature, events, and panel information. madistrict11.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 11. Fellowship serves the Portland, Oregon area. Includes meeting schedule, program information, and events. madistrict12.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 12. Fellowship serves Sonoma and Marin counties in Northern California. Includes meeting schedule, events, and literature. madistrict2.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 2. Fellowship serves the East Bay area of Northern California. Includes meeting schedule, events, and resources. madistrict3.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 3. Fellowship serves the South Bay area of Northern California. Includes meeting schedule, activities, and resources. madistrict5.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 5. Fellowship serves Orange County, California. Includes meeting and program information. madistrict6.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 6. Fellowship serves the northern areas of Los Angeles County, California. Includes meeting schedule, events, and news. madistrict7.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 7. Fellowship serves the southern areas of Los Angeles County, California. Includes meeting schedule, activities, and FAQ. malongisland.org, Marijuana Anonymous District 15. Fellowship serves the communities of Long Island, New York. Includes meeting schedule, events, and FAQ. marijuana-anonymous.com, Marijuana Anonymous District 16. Fellowship serves Australia. Includes meeting schedule, events, and informational materials. marijuana-anonymous.org, Marijuana Anonymous World Services, helps people recover from marijuana addiction by using the 12 steps of recovery proven by Alcoholics Anonymous. Official website includes meeting, program, and organizational information, FAQ, and publications. marijuana-anonymous.co.uk, Marijuana Anonymous District 14. Fellowship based in London serves the United Kingdom. Includes meeting schedule, events, and educational links. marijuana-anonymous.org/forum, Marijuana Anonymous Connection Forum. A place for recovering marijuana addicts to chat about meetings, events, and related topics. marijuanaanonymous.net, Marijuana Anonymous of Rockland. The Nyack Group offers meetings in Orange, Rockland, and Westchester counties, New York. Includes program details, events, and resources. Moderonto.org, Marijuana Anonymous Toronto. Fellowship serves Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Includes meeting schedule, events, and FAQ. mosconference.org, Marijuana Anonymous World Services Conference. Annual congregation of the group's trustees and delegates. Includes agenda, motions, and venue information. mosconvention.org, Marijuana Anonymous World Convention. Information on the annual event includes registration, schedule, and accommodations. metroactive.com/papers/metro/01.13.00/slices0002.html, pot shot, weed freaks get into the 12-step shuffle. An article appearing in Metro, Silicon Valley, California's weekly newspaper. na-holland.nl, Narcotics Anonymous, the Netherlands. Fellowship based in Amsterdam. Includes meeting schedule, press, and informational materials. NewYork Times.com/2009/07/19/fashion/19.pot.html, marijuana is gateway drug for two debates. New York Times article by Sarah Kershaw and Rebecca Cathcart. July 19, 2009. SacramentoMA.org, Sacramento Marijuana Anonymous. Fellowship serves the Sacramento area. Includes background, meeting schedule, and event information. TheGuardian.com/society/2002/AUG/14/drugs and alcohol, My High Life, Confessions of a Pothead. Rebecca Cripps, a self-confessed pothead since the 70s, describes how she realized that she was an addict, and what drove her to Marijuana Anonymous in an article that appeared in The Guardian. Narcotics Anonymous websites. home.dmv.com/tilde-low/listen.to/recovery.html, listen to recovery. Free Narcotics Anonymous speaker tapes in real audio. na.org, Narcotics Anonymous World Services, general information, meetings, pamphlets, contacts, and their magazine NA Way. Substance Abuse Organization websites. accbo.com, the Addiction Counselor Certification Board of Oregon. Provides certification for substance abuse professionals. acde.org, American Council for Drug Education. A substance abuse prevention and education agency that develops programs and materials based on the most current scientific research on drug use and its impact on society. adac.org.au, Aboriginal Drug and Alcohol Council. addiction-ssa.org, Society for the Study of Addiction. A society of professionals in the field of the addictions that share their knowledge, skills, and friendships. AddictionScience.net, Addiction Science. A virtual network for the scientific study of addiction and for the application of information derived from scientific analysis to the problems of addiction. Alcohol.org.nz, Alcohol Advisory Council of New Zealand. ALAC's primary objective is to promote moderation in the use of alcohol and to develop and promote strategies that will reduce alcohol-related problems for New Zealand. Alcoholismcouncil.org, Alcoholism Council of the Cincinnati Area. Alcoholism Council of the Cincinnati Area (CAD) promotes the prevention and treatment of alcoholism and drug addiction through advocacy and education. AMERSA.org, Association for Medical Education and Research in Substance Abuse. Organization of healthcare professionals dedicated to improving education in the care of individuals with substance abuse problems. ARIAM.org, Ariam Foundation Resources for Addictions. A non-profit organization offering substance abuse information regarding fetal alcohol syndrome and other addiction issues. ASAM.org, American Society of Addiction Medicine. Dedicated to educating physicians and improving the treatment of individuals suffering from alcoholism and other addictions. CAADAC.org, California Association of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselors. Promotes effective response to the diseases of alcoholism and other drug problems through the chaotic membership base. CAADA.org, California Association for Alcohol Drug Educators. CAAD serves college and university programs in California. The organization also sponsors an annual conference where state-of-the-art alcohol and drug training issues and information is shared. CADCA.org, Community Anti-Drug Coalitions of America. CADCA is a membership organization of over 5,000 anti-drug coalitions, each working to make their community safe, healthy, and drug-free. CAPTIS.samhsa.gov, Centers for the Application of Prevention Technologies. Assists states, jurisdictions, and community-based prevention programs to apply scientifically defensible strategies in their efforts to prevent substance abuse. CASAT.unr.edu, Center for the Application of Substance Abuse Technologies. Located at the University of Nevada, Reno. CCSA.ca, Canadian Centre on Substance Abuse. Non-profit organization provides a resource database, FAQ, events calendar, publications, and statistics. Caesar.umd.edu, Center for Substance Abuse Research. Caesar conducts policy-relevant research and evaluation studies, disseminates statistical information and policy analysis, and provides assistance to agencies and organizations in substance abuse-related fields. COPES.org, Council on Prevention Education, Substances, Inc. Providing training, workshops, educational programs, and consulting services on substance abuse prevention for the state of Kentucky. CSAM-ASAM.org, California Society of Addiction Medicine. CSAM is a specialty society of physicians founded in 1973. CTClearinghouse.org, Connecticut Clearinghouse. Resource Center for information about alcohol, tobacco, other drugs, and related issues affecting mental health and wellness. DEA.gov, U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Lead agency for domestic enforcement of federal drug laws, and for coordinating and pursuing U.S. drug investigations abroad. Includes links to programs, major operations, statistics and publications. DFAF.org, Drug Free America Foundation. Develops and promotes global anti-drug legalization strategies, drug policy, and drug prevention tools for parents and youth. dot.gov/OTAPC, Department of Transportation. Office of Drug and Alcohol Policy and Compliance. Office set up to develop policy, provide guidance, and offer consultation on drug and alcohol issues within the transportation industry to the Secretary, operating administrations, the transportation industry, and other federal executive agencies. DrugFreemc.org, Drug-Free Marion County. Plan, promotes, and implements community efforts to prevent and reduce the abuse of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs in Marion County, Indiana. EasyDoESITincture.org, Easy Does It, Inc. A non-profit organization dedicated to assisting individuals in recovery, including housing, food, education, job training, placement, and providing space for 12-step meetings. EFTC-EUROPE.com, EFTC, European Federation of Therapeutic Communities. Organization supporting the psychopedagogical approach helping drug addicts to return to a drug-free lifestyle. Eurocari.org, Eurocare. Advocacy for the prevention of alcohol-related harm in Europe. FCD.org, FCD Educational Services, Inc. A non-profit organization that provides alcohol, tobacco, and other drug education and prevention programs to schools throughout the United States and abroad. FDAP.org.uk, Federation of Drug and Alcohol Professionals. Association of Practitioners in the Substance Misuse, Drugs and Alcohol field, including counselors, key workers, referrers, nurses, doctors. Includes news, training, and jobs sections. FunctionalAmerica.savi.net, Foundation for a Functional America. Organization whose mission is to help people live a better life free of addiction. GACIA.org, Georgia Addiction Counselors Association. A non-profit association dedicated to high standards for professionals who provide addiction counseling. IATA.org, Illinois Alcoholism and Drug Dependence Association. IADA is a statewide organization representing more than 100 prevention and treatment agencies, as well as individuals who are interested in the substance abuse field. iconsortium.subst-abuse.uiowa.edu, Iowa Consortium for Substance Abuse Research and Evaluation. Coordinates research and knowledge transfer among researchers, assists professionals in the field, and informs public policy makers in the area of substance abuse. IHRA.net, International Harm Reduction Association. Working with national and international groups to promote evidence-based strategies in reducing the effects of all psychoactive substances, including illicit drugs, tobacco, and alcohol. Includes newsletter and details of conferences and research. ISBRA.com, International Society for Biomedical Research on Alcoholism. Promotes excellence internationally in all aspects of biomedical research on alcoholism and alcohol-related biomedical phenomena. LECAD.org, Long Island Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence. The primary mission of LECAD is to reduce the incidence and prevalence of the disease of alcoholism, other drug addictions, and related problems. ELSCARES.org, Lee's Summit Cares. Non-profit organization based in Lee's Summit, MO. CARE's mission is to direct, support and coordinate efforts of the community to help reduce substance abuse and promote youth safety. MOCProject.org, MOC Project. It has developed specific services to address the high rate of alcohol and drug abuse to help achieve long-term sobriety, recovery and human resources. med.miami.edu/CTRATA, Center for Treatment Research on Adolescent Drug Abuse. NEDA-sponsored research center at the University of Miami School of Medicine. Develops and evaluates specific substance abuse treatments for adolescents. Provides findings to the public as well as the research and treatment communities. NADAC.org, the Association for Addiction Professionals. Professional membership organization that serves counselors who specialize in addiction treatment. NAPAFASA.org, National Asian Pacific American Families Against Substance Abuse, Inc. Dedicated to addressing the alcohol, tobacco, and other drug issues of Asian and Pacific Islander. NASADAD.org, National Association of State Alcohol and Drug Abuse Directors. NASADAD's basic purpose is to foster and support the development of effective alcohol and other drug abuse prevention and treatment programs throughout every state. NCADD-MIDDLESEX.org, National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence. Established in 1980 in Middlesex County, their mission is to prevent the diseases of alcoholism and drug addiction and related problems through prevention education, advocacy, and public awareness. NCADDNJ.org, National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, New Jersey. Offers addiction news and information source featuring resources and information on substance abuse treatment and prevention. PADP.org, Pacific Asian Alcohol and Drug Program, PAODP. A program of special service for groups. PLNDP.org, Physician Leadership on National Drug Policy. All-physician group that promotes a national drug policy that is cost-effective in both human and economic terms. PreventionServices.org, Substance Abuse Prevention Services of the Carolinas. A program of community intervention and science-based educational programs, with a newsletter, and details of services and training. RacingForRecovery.com, Racing for Recovery. Racing for Recovery helps to prevent all forms of substance abuse and to provide positive alternatives for those currently battling addictions. RecoveryIsEverywhere.com, Recovery is everywhere. Public education and awareness campaign created to fight the stigma of addiction and normalize recovery. Site provides materials for community awareness and events. SAPA.com, the Substance Abuse Program Administrators Association. Promotes standards in the administration of workplace substance abuse prevention programs through education and training. SAPACC.org, Substance Abuse Program Administrators Certification Commission. The national certifying body for workplace substance abuse program administrators. SMMGP.org.uk, Substance Misuse Management in General Practice. SMMGP. SoberHousing.com, Massachusetts Sober Housing Corporation. Details about this organization, which purchases large houses to create Oxford houses, the most successful sober housing model for recovering alcoholics and addicts. SoberHousing.net, the Sober Living Network. Provides technical assistance, training, and advocacy, and includes a database of recovery houses in California. Socrates.berkeley.edu/PBD, Prevention by Design. Prevention by Design helps California communities deliver alcohol and other drug services, meet state and federal requirements, and acquire funding for prevention programs. WAAODA.org, Wisconsin Association on Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse. Organization chartered by the state of Wisconsin. Members include counseling professionals, healthcare administrators, service providers, educators, and friends and family members of addicted and recovering individuals. Substance abuse prevention websites. drugabuse.gov/prevention, preventing drug abuse among children and adolescents. An introduction to research-based prevention for those new to drug abuse prevention. Download brief or complete version of this pamphlet. By NIDA, National Institute on Drug Abuse. naturalhigh.org, Natural High. Multimedia promotion of drug-free sports and recreational activities for young people. projectalert.com, Project Alert. Substance abuse prevention curriculum for middle school students, with online teacher training and staff development workshops. RunDrugsOutOfTownRun.org, Run Drugs Out of Town Run. Details on how to raise money for prevention groups and Say No to Drugs campaigns. WeHavePoiPoos.org, We Have Poipoos. Drug, alcohol, and tobacco awareness puppet show script and sound files for elementary students and educators. Substance abuse resource websites. AddictInTheFamily.org, Addict in the Family, a resource guide. Addresses a widespread problem and provides answers to questions about heroin and heroin addiction. Website for the book by Drive. Andrew Byrne. AddictionRecoveryGuide.org, Addiction Recovery Guide. HON Code accredited recovery resource for drug and alcohol addiction, including evaluation, treatment programs, holistic approaches, residential treatment centers, and an active message board. ADIN.com.au, Australian Drug Information Network. ADIN. A central point of access to quality alcohol and drug resources. Search, links, and FAQs. alcohol-drug.com/biology.htm, Biological Mechanisms of Addiction. An article about repeated exposure to a drug and how it produces long-term changes in nervous system. angelfire.com/realm2/Duncanian_theory, Duncanian theory of addiction. Examines the theory developed by Prof. David F. Duncan to explain addiction to alcohol and other drugs or to behaviors such as gambling and internet use. BHRCS.org, Behavioral Research Center of the Southwest. Nonprofit agency that researches substance abuse and other behavioral health issues. A major focus is the impact of cultural factors on substance use. An environment for researchers to meet and work online. Corp.aadac.com, Alberta Alcohol and Drug Abuse Commission. Alcohol and drug abuse information provided by the government of this Canadian province. Cyberrecovery.net, Cyber Recovery. Listing of resources for alcoholism and addiction. Multiple topic-specific message boards for support. Divisiononaddiction.org, Harvard Medical School, Division on Addictions. Provides links to resources including articles, FAQs, library and archives, events, research projects. dol.gov/working partners, working partners for an alcohol and drug-free workplace. Searchable database on substance abuse, state and territory laws, drug-free workplace advisor. drinkandrugs.net, resources for anyone working with clients with drug and alcohol problems, as well as those providing substance misuse education and prevention services. duncanian-studies.tripod.com, Center for Duncanian Studies. The center is a group of researchers who apply a Duncanian perspective to the study of alcoholism and other forms of drug abuse. HiredPower.com, Hired Power. California-based service provides sober coaches to help avoid relapse, available in several states. Accepting treatment professionals to match with clients. HopeLinks.net, Codependency and Addiction Treatment. Directory of addiction recovery sites with a focus on codependency. Site features worksheets and tests to learn about family roles in addiction and codependency recovery as well as treatment center referrals. Indiana.edu/ENGS, alcohol and other drugs, self-responsibility. Research and other articles about binge drinking, minimum age, health problems, and history of alcohol and health reform cycles. Indiana.edu/engs/cbook/index.html, controversies in the addictions field. Compares various views of alcoholism and drug addictions. Each has a different treatment method. Out of print 1990 book by American Council on Alcoholism to download or read online. Intervention.net, Global Interventions. For families and employers seeking help for individuals with alcohol, drug, and other dependencies. johnrecover.faithweb.com, Family Recovery Through Education and Empowerment. Resources and information relating to recovery from addiction, codependency, abuse, counseling, education, and prevention. LoyolaGroup.org, The Loyola Group. 20 hours of short and specific audio talks, dealing with alcohol/drug recovery topics. mayoclinic.org/diseases-conditions/basics/definition/con-20020970, Mayo Clinic, Drug Addiction. Description of signs and symptoms, causes, risk factors, and treatment options. nnapf.org, National Native Addictions Partnership Foundation. Information and resources on the prevention and intervention of addictions, alcohol, drug, and solvent abuse, for First Nations and Inuit communities. PrescriptionDrugAddiction.com, Prescription Drug Addiction. An education and support resource for individuals and families dealing with addiction to prescription drugs. How to recognize a problem. Commonly abused medications. Recrest.org, Recovery Resources. Recovery Resources is a non-profit organization based in Cleveland, Ohio devoted to helping people with mental illness, alcoholism, drug, and other addictions. RobertPerkinson.com, Expert answers addiction questions. Robert Perkinson, MD. Answers questions on alcoholism, teen drug abuse and gambling addiction. Features a resource library. self-renewal.com, Self-help for overcoming addictions. Practical information on breaking addictions, techniques for reducing stress and improving spirituality. self-med-hypothes.tripod.com, the self-medication hypothesis. A theory of the causation of addictions. This site explores both Kantian's psychoanalytic model and Duncan's behavioral model of the hypothesis. SOBER24.com, SOBER24. Dedicated to providing information, services, and products to individuals and families in recovery, promoting a sober lifestyle while having fun. SoberChampion.com, Sober Champion. Professional service provides telephone and in-person coaching to help avoid relapse into alcohol or drug use, with pages on crisis and intervention. SoberRecovery.com, the Alcoholism and Addictions Resource Directory. Lists rehabilitation and treatment programs for adults and adolescents. Includes forum, professional resources, and clinical information. Southworthassociates.net, Southworth Associates. Working with corporations, individuals, and families to provide intervention and monitoring services for individuals with substance abuse and mental health issues. Teens.drugabuse.gov, NIDA for Teens, the science behind drug abuse. The NIDA for Teens website helps educate adolescents ages 11 through 15, as well as their parents and teachers on the science behind drug abuse. well.com/user/woa, web of addictions. Provides information about alcohol and other drug addictions. Includes facts, links, meetings, special topics, and contact details for specific groups. welshcouncil.org.uk, Welsh Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs. A think tank promoting debate and policy initiatives in the field of substance misuse in Wales, UK. Includes history, press releases, current events, links, and contact details. Workplace.samhsa.gov, DHHS Workplace Resource Center. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services offers information for the prevention and treatment of drug abuse in the workplace. Includes resources for employers and employees. WorldwideAddiction.com, The Man in the Glass. Articles on alcoholism, drug abuse, and substance dependence. Information on rehabilitation, detoxification, and strategies. Suited to alcoholics, addicts, friends, and those interested in the disease of addiction. Substance abuse education websites at curlie.org/health/addictions/substance_abuse/resources/education_and_training. Alcoholmedicalscholars.org, Alcohol Medical Scholars Program. Syllabi, PowerPoint presentations, and other resources for medical school faculty. Topics include diagnosis, treatment, special populations, focus on biomedical aspects of alcohol/drug addiction. Alcoholstudies.rutgers.edu, Rutgers University Center of Alcohol Studies. Research and training in alcohol and other psychoactive substance use. Year-round continuing education series, intensive summer programs, certificate program. ATTCnetwork.org, National Addictions Technology Transfer Center. As a nationwide, multidisciplinary resource for professionals in the addictions treatment and recovery services field, the ATTC network serves to raise awareness of best practices, build skills, and change practice. bu.edu/ACT, Alcohol Clinical Training Project. Free online curriculum teaches skills for addressing alcohol problems in primary care settings. Includes PowerPoint slides, video case examples, and trainer notes. Free online newsletter summarizing clinically relevant research. casa.unm.edu, Center on Alcoholism, Substance Abuse, and Addictions. Research Center offers faculty development courses, training workshops, and professional conferences. PowerPoint presentations from prior conferences. Synops.com, Gorski Synops. Provides advanced clinical skills training for the addiction and behavioral health fields. Focuses on relapse and relapse prevention. DLCAS.com, Distance Learning Center for Addiction Studies. Provides online and home study courses for addictions professional of diverse disciplines. Basic certification series and continuing education. FMSProductions.com, FMS Productions. Substance abuse videos, addiction recovery DVDs, Stanton Semanau videos including commitment to change series, reentry videos, and cognitive therapy for the criminal offender. gwcinc.com, GWC Inc. Alcohol and drug education and training videos. Alcohol and drug education and training videos for criminal justice, treatment centers, and the workplace. Free video previews and sole source packages. Earn CEUs. hazelden.org/web/go/research, Butler Center for Research of Alcoholism and Addiction at Hazelden. Dedicated to research on addiction recovery. Access to published studies, research updates, online presentations, survey results, drug abuse monitoring, and links to other useful alcoholism and addiction resources. howardparker.co.uk, Howard Parker Ltd. Training and consultation to organizations providing frontline care and related services. intnsa.org, International Nurses Society on Addictions. Advances addictions nursing practice through advocacy, collaboration, education, research, and policy development. Credentialing program, mentoring program, workshops and conference. Online discussion board for members. IRETA.org, Institute for Research, Education, and Training in Addictions. Focuses on integrating research findings into practice. Workshops, distance learning, online pamphlets and handouts. Intensive training for medical students. last-homestudy.com, Laban's Trainings. Distance learning training to drug and alcohol counselors. Approved by social worker boards and licensed professional counselor boards. NEIAs.org, Virtual Community for Substance Abuse Training. New England Institute of Addiction Studies and AdCare Educational Institutes of Maine and Massachusetts. Year-round workshops, intensive summer program, and online training. pubs.neaa.gov/publications/social/main.html, Social work curriculum on alcohol use disorders. Lecture-ready modules include PowerPoint presentations, handout materials, classroom activities, and accompanying case examples. pubs.neaa.nih.gov/publications/neaa-guide/index.htm, Alcohol problems in intimate relationships, identification and intervention, a guide for marriage and family therapists. Provides general background information, framework for practice, and specific instructions for intervention. Includes clinical toolbox of assessment and treatment materials, guidelines for brief and longer-term intervention whether or not the drinker is present. SeekingSafety.org, Seeking Safety, a psychotherapy for PTSD and addiction. Manual Guided Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for CO-occurring PTSD and addictions. Calendar of scheduled training events, information about setting up on-site training or consultation. TrainingResources.org, Training Resources. Workshops. In Iowa and distance learning. Archive of handouts from prior training events. VanHornConsulting.com, Motivational interviewing training and consultation. On-site and distance learning for professionals in addictions, healthcare, and mental health. Advanced training and individual coaching available. Reviews of related books and online clinical resources. Substance abuse shopping websites. Subcategories. Books. Drug and alcohol home tests. Smoking cessation. 12-step. BeerBoozyBooks.com, beer, booze, and books. A resource for students, faculty, and administrators seeking information about alcohol issues on college campuses today. DrinkLinkModeration.com, drink/link. Offering self-study and phone counseling programs designed to reduce alcohol consumption. Also offering nutritional supplements and gift certificates. FatherMartinMedia.org, Father Martin Media. Specializing in self-help DVDs, CDs, and books. PreventionPartners.com, Prevention Partners, Red Ribbon Week supplies. Red Ribbon Week and Prevention Campaign supplies. Products with positive messages to support school or community prevention campaigns and character education programs. RedRibbonResources.com, Red Ribbon Resources. Features products and information for the Red Ribbon Week campaign, a United States initiative of prevention and education about the dangers of drugs and alcohol. Why Don't They Just Quit.com, Changing Lives Foundation. Sells recovery DVDs and provides information on substance abuse, drug addiction, and alcoholism. Treatment websites at curlie.org/health/addiction/substance_abuse/treatment. Subcategories. Centers and counseling services. Alternative. Buprenorphine, methadone, naltrexone, Suboxone. ADDICT-HELP.com, Addiction Recovery Resource Center. Offers nationwide alcohol and drug addiction rehabilitation information and resources. AddictionTreatmentAlternatives.com, Addiction Alternatives. Services include information provided on the website, links to resources, telephone, and in-person consultations. ALCOHOL-DRUG.com, The Path of Greatest Advantage. An interpretation of addictive disorders based on neural and cognitive science. Specific recommendations are included. At Forum.com, Addiction Treatment Forum. Information, research, and news for the addiction treatment field. nida.nih.gov/PODA/PODA-index.html, Principles of Drug Addiction Treatment, a research-based guide, a primer from the National Institute of Drug Abuse on treatment approaches to drug addiction. nta.nhs.uk, the National Treatment Agency for Substance Misuse. NTA Special Health Authority, established by the UK government to increase the availability, capacity, and effectiveness of drug treatment in England. Treatment.org, CSAT's Treatment Improvement Exchange. TIA Substance Abuse Treatment Resource focusing on current substance abuse trends and treatment protocols. TIResearch.org, Treatment Research Institute. Dedicated to reducing impact of addiction by employing scientific methods and disseminating evidence-based information. Chapter 3. Substance Abuse Websites 3. Alcohol and Drug Detection Websites. Subcategories. Canine Services. Mobile Collection Services. Program Administrators. Software. Tests Kits. AegisLabs.com, Aegis Analytical Laboratories, Inc. Specializes in zero-tolerance drug testing. Caltest.cc, Caltest. Offers a number of different drug test services, including in-home tests. CCM-drugtest.com, Clinical Collection Management, Inc. Offers a wide variety of products and services to help organizations screen for substance abuse. Chemscreen.bz.com, Chemscreen, Inc. Nationwide drug and alcohol screening company utilizing hair, urine, and oral fluids. Clinigen.com, Clinigen drug testing and screening. Provides clinical drug testing services for employers, institutions, and agencies throughout the United States. CMRootesting.com, Central Medical Review. Provides drug testing services to employers of commercial truck drivers and other federally regulated employees. CompassVision.com, Compass Vision, Inc. Provides of substance abuse services for professional healthcare monitoring. CRLcorp.com, Clinical Reference Laboratory. Servicing the insurance industry with substance abuse testing and corporate wellness services. DATIA.org, Drug and Alcohol Testing Industry Association. DASHA. The National Association for the Drug and Alcohol Testing Industry, with over 1,000 members. drug-screen.com, Drug Screen Compliance and Consortium of the Southwest. Drug Testing Business. Locations in Texas and eastern New Mexico. DrugFreeWorkplace.com, Drug Free Workplace. Information for drug-free workplace professionals. DrugFreeWorkplace.org, Institute for a Drug-Free Workplace. An independent, self-sustaining coalition of businesses, business organizations, and individuals. Features information to help employers develop, implement, and maintain a drug-free workplace program. Drugfreeworkplaces.com, Drug-Free Workplaces, Inc. provides drug-free workplace services to small and medium-sized businesses. Drugrecognition.com, Drug Abuse Recognition Training. Trains employers, schools, and law enforcement to recognize and document drug impairment. Other services include expert witness. Drugtesting.com, Drug Test Coordinators, Inc. offers a full range of employee drug and alcohol testing services including development of drug-free workplace policies. DSPlus.com, Drug Screens Plus. Provide a variety of testing programs for government institutions, public companies, and private businesses. NorchemLab.com, Norchem Drug Testing Laboratory. Offers premium drug testing for a broad variety of law enforcement, social services, and employment organizations. NortonMedical.com, Norton Medical Industries. Federally approved drug and alcohol testing services. NTAssociation.com, North American Transportation Association, Inc. a nationally accredited drug and alcohol program by DASHA. OCC-DOC.net, OCC-DOC.net. Occupational medicine physician provides advice, information, and forums on workplace drug and alcohol testing. OHSinc.com, OHS Health and Safety Services, Inc. provides on-site and off-site alcohol and drug abuse testing services. OmegaLabs.net, Omega Labs. Information about drug testing available for both urine and hair. PartnersInSafety.com, Partners in Safety. Offers a wide variety of workplace drug and alcohol testing and consulting. PharmChem.com, PharmChem Laboratories, Inc. an independent laboratory providing integrated drug testing products and services worldwide. PipelineTesting.com, Pipeline Testing Consortium, Inc. provides administration of federally mandated alcohol and drug programs which includes full service in regard to meeting the Department of Transportation regulations. Includes contact details, services, and links. Psychemedics.com, Psychemedics Hair Testing. Provides a patented hair test technology for the detection of drugs of abuse. Sassy.com, the Sassy Institute. A one-page paper and pencil test that identifies people who suffer from substance dependence. SGDrugFree.com, S&G Associates, Inc. Drug-free workplace testing services for companies regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration and Federal Highway Administration. SOURCE1-SOLUTIONS.com, Source 1 Solutions. Experience in the fields of drug testing and background research, accompanied by a vast array of products and services. SportsaFE.com, SportSafe Testing Service, Inc. specializes in student drug testing programs. USScreeningSource.com, U.S. Screening Source. Drug testing kits and screening. FDA-approved products can screen for up to 11 drugs including marijuana and cocaine. Drug testing advice and pre-employment screening. WPCIDrugFree.com, WPCI Online. Provider of drug testing programs, products, and services. Methadone maintenance websites. DrugPolicy.org, Drug Policy Alliance. Organization working to promote new drug policies and to promote alternatives to the war on drugs. Library and Research Briefs. Formerly the Linda Smith Center. Methadone.org, National Alliance for Medication-Assisted Recovery. Composed of methadone maintenance patients and supporters of quality treatment, with members and supporters worldwide. Methadoneandpregnancy.com, Methadone and Pregnancy. Covers topics around methadone treatment and pregnancy. nap.edu/books/030905248/html, Federal Regulation of Methadone Treatment. Complete, browsable text of this book by Richard A. Redig and Adam Yarmolinsky. From National Academy Press. NewYorkTimes.com, Methadone grows as killer drug. The methadone maze.blogspot.ca, the methadone maze. About the journey through the maze of methadone treatment, making sense of the side effects and the stigma attached to it. Substance abuse personal pages websites. 800recoveryhub.blog, 800recoveryhub blog. The purpose is to educate and entertain with stories that showcase addiction. You will find support, strength, and encouragement to keep fighting this lifetime battle. addicted-to-sobriety.com, Addicted to Sobriety. A recovering addict's journey from substance abuse to sobriety. alaura1942.tripod.com/index.html, Let it begin with me. Inspiration and poems for family and friends who love someone with a chemical dependency. Antidrugs.8k.com, Say no to drugs. Personal site about drug abuse, and the harmful effects of drugs. ByeByeBeer.wordpress.com, ByeByeBeer. A mom and wife shares her experiences in recovery. CLEAN2202.dearisland.com, Clean. Online diary of a recovering alcoholic. CleanandSoberNotDead.com, Clean and Sober Not Dead. Addiction recovery resources, humor, pictures, events, news, and information. CryingOutNow.com, Crying Out Now. Addiction stories submitted by people in recovery as well by those who are still in their addiction. DGSWilson.com, Fear, Conditioning, Mindsets, and Bias. A chronicle of the journey of a recovered heroin addict. Dryblog.com, Dryblog. Addiction recovery resources, links, quips, and quotes. FFF77.blogspot.com, Freedom from Addiction. How the teachings of Eckhart Tolle can help us better understand, relieve, and prevent addiction. Friendsofbillw.net, Friends of Bill W. Recovery resources for those in Alcoholics Anonymous. HeroinAlert.org, Heroin Kills. An important alert from the friends and family of Aaron Allen. A heroin victim's story. Home.earthlink.net/ensure, Jim Spiritual Sayings. A collection of tidbits to inspire and help. Homepage.earcom.net/recovery, Bill W. Personal tribute dedicated to Alcoholics Anonymous co-founder, Bill Wilson. iAlcoholRecovery.com, Alcohol Recovery blog. Recovering alcoholics' daily struggle to stay sober using mindfulness-based approach after leaving 28-day inpatient rehab. ImmortalAlcoholic.blogspot.com, The Immortal Alcoholic. Details the effect of being a non-alcoholic married to an end-stage alcoholic. LovetteHeBrowniedGirl.blogspot.com, For the Love of. A recovering addict sharing the journey of falling in love and other random thoughts along the way. Miraji.com, Miraji. A true story of teenage drug addiction, crime, and death. ParentsSoFanAddict.blogspot.com, An addict in our son's bedroom. A parent's journey dealing with their drug-addicted son. RecoveredAlcoholic.blogspot.com, Danny S. A recovered alcoholic's weblog about the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and 12-Step Recovery. RecoveryReflections.com, Recovery Reflections. Experiences, thoughts, writings, and poems on drug and alcohol addiction recovery. Recovery'sHeart.com, Recovery's Heart. Thoughts for those who may hesitate to seek alcohol or drug help. rehabilitation.tripod.com/index.html, Culture Shock. A psychiatrist negotiates the addicts ward in a prison system in India. sickgirlmethadonepretti.blogspot.com, Methadone Pretty. Personal blog from a recovering heroin and opiate addict now methadone free. silcom.com/tildejoy2meu/joy_31.html, Death of an alcoholic. Insights about alcoholism from therapist and spiritual teacher. sistersofadrugaddict.blogspot.com, Sisters of a Drug Addict. Two sisters' story of struggle with their brother's addiction. Soberfornow.wordpress.com, Sober for Now. A personal and sometimes quirky look at getting sober. Sobernuggets.blogspot.com, Sober Nuggets. Recovering alcoholics and addicts sharing the joys, struggles, and realities of a sober life. sym3540.tripod.com/sober.html, sober on the beach. One woman's story about alcoholism and sobriety. thatsoberguy.com/blog, Sober Guy Radio. Dedicated to help end the stigma of alcoholism and addiction. theoriginaldude.tripod.com, the dude's hole in the wall. Caters to those who wish to ride their motorcycles clean and sober. therecovering-skeptic.blogspot.com, the Recovering Skeptic. Blog on the family life of a recovering addict. theserooms.blogspot.com, these rooms. 12-step recovery blog. thespiritof-recovery.net, the spirit of recovery. Ron's reflections on recovery. unpickledblog.com, unpickled blog. This blog is written by the woman who secretly quit her secret habit of drinking. Chapter 4. Substance abuse websites for kids and teens health. Substance abuse websites at curlie.org/kids_and-teens/health/substance_abuse. Subcategories: drugs, alcohol, marijuana, steroids, tobacco. D.A.R.E. CYH.com/health topics/health topi CDE tailskids.aspx $P=335 $NP=285 ID=24995 addiction, when you just can't stop. Explains what it is, different types, what can be addicting, signs, and how to help. psych.com/station.swf, adventure station. Helps kids identify and deal with emotions and how to say no to substances such as alcohol and drugs. drugfreeworld.org.au, drug-free ambassadors. Church of Scientology drug prevention in Australia. Includes facts and specific programs to help teens stay clean. kidshealth.org/en/teens/addictions.html, teens health, dealing with addiction. Find out what you can do if you think you or a friend has a drug or alcohol addiction. Explains signs, getting help, and staying clean. kidshealth.org/en/kids/no-drugs.html, what you need to know about drugs. Article explains how drugs affect the human body. Includes a look at why people use drugs, along with warning signs of drug abuse and tips for helping friends who are using drugs. kidshealth.org/en/teens/no-about-drugs.html, teens health, drugs, what you should know. Gives street names, usage, effects, and addictiveness for legal and illegal drugs. pbs.org/in-the-mix/show_drug_abuse.html, in the mix, altered states. PBS documentary gives personal accounts about drugs, their effects, and the physical, mental, and legal consequences of using. Includes statistics, messages from teens, marijuana poll, get or give advice, resources, and U.S. hotline numbers. TalkToFrank.com, Frank. A to Z list of substances explains appearance and use, effects, chances of getting hooked, health risks, and UK law. Includes information on peer pressure, getting help for yourself or a friend, a card, email, and UK toll-free number to ask questions. Illegal drug websites at curlie.org/society/issues/health/drugs/illegal. Subcategories: AIDS and substance abuse, anti-legalization, pro-legalization, smuggling, war on drugs, health addictions. CFDP.ca, Canadian Foundation for Drug Policy. A non-profit organisation founded in 1993 by several of Canada's leading specialists in drug policy. idmu.co.uk, Independent Drug Monitoring Unit. Unique Drugs Research in the UK. Information for students and solicitors. Carriesable.com/crpro.hdm, The Drug Wars. Topics on this site include prohibition, abuse, legalization, and the war on drugs. Heavily hyperlinked to authoritative off-site resources. NDSN.org, National Drug Strategy Network. Information Sharing Network. Takes no official positions on policy matters. PolicyAlmanac.org/crime/drugs.html, Almanac of Policy Issues, Drug Policy. Background information and links on U.S. drug policy issues. wordwiz72.com/drugmin.html, Drug minimization. Prohibition of drugs, as with alcohol, has been a failure. Outright legalization, as with alcohol and tobacco, would also be a failure. What is needed is a middle ground, a true policy of decriminalization. Specific proposals are examined here. Substance abuse issue websites at curlie.org/society/issues/health/mental_health/substance_abuse. abelard.org/drugs.htm, drugs, smoking, and addiction. A perspective on the psychology of addiction, and criticism of the drug war as an authoritarian attack on individual liberty. addictionbyprescription.com, Addiction by Prescription Drugs. Offers details about prescription abuse, addiction, and controversy. Includes 2 book offers. BeDrugFree.net, Be Drug Free. Personal site of a drug preventionist and writer. Includes articles, news, and information on alcoholism, addiction, mental health, and youth violence. KCI.org, KCI, the anti-meth site. Methamphetamine discussion forum, chat room, meth information, recovery information, and current headlines. nationallyouth.com/substanceabuse.html, teen substance abuse. Information on what substance abuse is, early detection and treatment, with emphasis on what a parent can do. well.com/www/woa, providing information about alcohol and drug addictions. Includes fact sheets, links, and other resources. who.in/mental_health, mental health. Provides information and statistics about mental health problems related to substance abuse. Site also provides comprehensive information about specific mental disorders. Chapter 5. Substance abuse websites 5. Mental health substance abuse websites at curlie.org/society/issues/health/mental_health/substance_abuse. addictionbyprescription.com, Addiction by Prescription Drugs, offers details about prescription abuse, addiction, and controversy. abelard.org/drugs.htm, drugs, smoking, and addiction, a perspective on the psychology of addiction and criticism of the drug war as an authoritarian attack on individual liberty. BeDrugFree.net, Be Drug Free, personal site of a drug preventionist and writer. KCI.org, KCI, the anti-meth site, methamphetamine discussion forum, chat room, meth information, recovery information, and current headlines. nationallyouth.com/substanceabuse.html, teen substance abuse, information on what substance abuse is, early detection and treatment, with emphasis on what a parent can do. well.com/www/woa, web of addictions, providing information about alcohol and drug addictions. who.in/mental_health, mental health, provides information and statistics about mental health problems related to substance abuse. Child substance abuse websites at curlie.org/home/family/parenting/child_safety/substance_abuse. drugfree.org, partnership at drugfree.org, a drug abuse prevention, intervention, treatment, and recovery resource, to help parents and caregivers address alcohol and drug abuse with their teens and young adults. Steroidabuse.com, Association Against Steroid Abuse, steroid drug profiles and educational documents for parents and educators. TalkingWithKids.org/drugs.html, Talking with Kids, Alcohol and Drugs, steps to take to discuss drug use with your children. TheAntidrug.com, the Anti-Drug, Parenting Tips newsletter produced by the Office of National Drug Control Policy. Warnings IGNS.info, Parenting with Dignity, information resource focusing on warning signs of drug abuse and gang violence. Recreation drug websites at curlie.org/recreation/drugs. AmbitiousAddict.com, Ambitious Addict, discussion forum, photos, and user contributions. ChillFarm.com, Chill Farm, a portal for discussion of the drug counterculture. Cocaine.org, crack cocaine, information, history, facts, and pictures of crack and cocaine. CognitiveLiberty.org, Alchemine Society, an international non-profit association of people working in the public interest to protect the fundamental right to freedom of thought through the use of drugs. drugs-forum.com, Drugs Forum, information and forum about most recreational drugs. Erowid.org, the Vaults of Erowid.